Hey everybody, soybean farmer. Sunday, April 22nd. I've been out since I discovered that diagonal cut trick out there on that field and realized how great it works for taking the waves out of the land that disking year after year after year causes you to have. I was real excited about that and glad I've learned this. Last night, cousin Scotty Rock and he taught me some more stuff about running this disc. We went over to that 2-acre piece way back yonder and fixed it. It had some real bad problems in it that I put in it trying to pull that ripper through it when it still had a whole bunch of surface residue on it. But we fixed it with this, and I just finished that little 2-acre piece in front of my house. I did diagonal cut on it both directions. First like that and then came back like that, which put me going across it, but it really smoothed it out because for years I had run it like that, and as a result I had that wavy thing going on in it. So I'm excited about that. But I found a big rock and I stopped and got off the tractor to get rid of the rock. And I got to looking at this thing, and of course I had it lifted, and I said, this ain't good. We're gonna have to stop and fix this. So I don't know whether you're gonna be able to see it, but this thing, if it's lifted, right now I've got it all set down on the ground, which worked out really good for closing up the cracks. But with it lifted, it's broken here, comes down to here. And it had broke here years past, and I had gobbledygooked welded it back together, but it's broken again here. And the brake line goes right up through here and back over to here. And yeah, that's my weld that broke. Okay. But I decided I'd stop and fix it. So I'm gonna get to play with the welder. A stick welder, that's all I got. I wish I had one of those nice wire-fed welders, but what I got's what I got, so it's what I use. Overview of my welder, and a word for people talking about getting into farming: buy your welder first, then get into farming. You're gonna need one. This is a Century welder. It's AC welder, max output 230 amps. It's a stick welder. Let's see. Ground cable goes here. If you want to run on low setting, put the positive here. If you want to run on high setting, put it here. The thing I really like about this welder, this is continuously variable. It's not one of those click you got 90 or click you're up to 120. So you can actually dial this thing in to what you need for the thickness of the metal that you're working with. Too hot, blow a big hole in it right quick and can make a big giant mess. Too cold, you don't get the penetration you need. So with continuously variable, you can get it right. Now, what I did when I wired my shop, this is number 8 size wire. For that size welder, you need number 8. And this thing right here is my drop cord. That'll get me over to about right there. And stupid light's in the way. I pulled receptacle to here, and that will plug in right there. Yeah. Okay. And then this little short wire that comes with the welder, we'll plug that in right here. And that gets me to where I can put the welder down right here, and the cables will reach on over to there. Let me drag the rest of the stuff out and we'll get set up. Well, we got a guest star appearance. Cousin Scott came over, and we're gonna finish welding this up and get it put back and ready for the next use. He's working on getting what do you call them things, cuz? Cotter key?
Yeah, cotter pin.
Cotter pin. He's working on getting a cotter pin out so we can move that bar out of the way.
It's been in there since the 50s.
Yeah, been in there since day one. I agree with you.
This thing was made probably in 58, 59. Look, they went red.
Yeah, it's got some age on it, but it's a good tool.
It's about as old as you are.
That'd be about 60, folks. But yeah, I welded around that thing last time, but by getting it out of the way, I'll probably be able to get a whole lot better weld on it this time. And we'll knock this out and park this thing and go play with something else before the day is over. Well, we'll be back in a little bit. Well, right here I was starting to weld, and I ended up with about 6 rods burned into this before I finally got enough weld on it and got the crack welded up totally. I kind of edited this down, or the video would have been long and boring. But I'm just burning rods here, so that's about all that's really going on at this point with this portion of the video. The camera was too far away for me to be trying to talk while I was welding, and I can't wear the glasses, the video glasses, and weld because I can't see. I'm having to wear my prescription glasses under the welder's helmet so that I can actually see what I'm doing. And right there I'm checking to see, make sure I'm following the crack, and I was, so I got back to it and just kept on following the crack. Now, it doesn't look like much, you'll see at the end of the video, but I got good penetration. I had the welder turned up to about 135 amps on the low setting. It burns better on low than it does on high for that long of a weld, where I'm just burning rod after rod. I think the duty cycle on that welder is about 40%. Means you need to stop and let it rest a little bit. And there again, I'm just checking to see, am I still following the crack? But I just thought I'd give you a little narration description here about what I was doing while I was occupied welding. Again, I want to thank everybody for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for watching my videos. And here, switching out to another rod and continuing on. This thing about a stick welder, that when I watch people weld with those MIG welders and they just squeeze the trigger and go to welding, if you don't get the right contact with a stick welder, the stick will actually fuse itself to what you're trying to weld, and you've got to yank it off real quick and start over. But I had fairly good fortune today. Some days I need to go find it's an old joke when I was working in a welder shop many years ago. I had a lot of trouble with the stick sticking to the piece I was trying to weld. One of the old timers would come over and say, "Boy, it looks like you need to go get some rod oil." Yeah, they played that joke on me. Well, thanks for watching. Well, it don't look like much, but it's a bunch of melted metal fused in there. I went all the way around the crack, built it up a little bit, and it looks horrible, but I think it'll hold it till I break it again. Everybody, thanks for watching. Bye, y'all.